Hey, I guess making this video because there's some people that follow me on YouTube that they don't see me on Facebook or Instagram, and just update on me. Um, my heart's an AFib. That's where the top half of your heart is beating faster than the bottom half. So mine was beating at like 150 beats per minute, but the bottom half of my heart was at between 70 and 80. What happens is it's forcing all this blood into the bottom of the heart, and the heart's not pumping it back out at the same speed. So there's this pressure buildup, and it's bad for valves and all kinds of stuff, and can escalate to a full blown heart attack, which I had before a couple of years ago on Christmas. But that went for 4 days, where this, I recognized the symptoms this time. So it only went a couple days, and then I checked my pulse, and when I saw it, I just packed a bag and went to the hospital. So I've been on an IV drip of 3 different drugs to try to stop my heart from fluttering, but it won't stop. So I have a cardio version in the morning. It's I think 8 a.m. and they stick a tube down your throat that they can do an ultrasound from the inside and look at your heart directly, because you don't have the pecs and the lungs and all that, or not the lungs, or the lungs and the ribs in the way. It's like just right behind the heart. And they hit you with a defibrillator until the heart rhythm, until they basically stop the heart quickly, and then um, the hopes are to, when it comes back up, that flutter's gone. So hopefully it works. It worked with me before. If not, there's a surgery in the cities where they actually burn the nerves that cause this fluttering, and it's a there's very few people in the world or in the country that do that surgery. So I'd have to go to the Twin Cities, and that, I guess, is extremely successful. Most people are really confident about that one. Everybody I've talked to that did have it done are happy they did it. And so this issue has the first 2 heart attacks I had were from artery issues, blockage. The first one, and I've made it prevalent to everybody that there was times I was eating 3 cans of pie filling a day, and this was just a crappy old bodybuilding thing. The carb abuse was the carb abuse was retarded. There's nothing about carbohydrates other than glucose disposal that do anything for our body. And getting that fat does nothing for you. It actually makes you less anabolic. And then you have to eat so little energy sources to burn all that fat off into a show. You're wasting all that energy when you could be that muscular all the time and not be carrying that body fat, and instead eat more protein that has building blocks that your body can actually do something with. The carbohydrates, I'm not going to cut on some fruit and stuff, but carbohydrates, especially refined, not only health benefit of any kind, shape, or form. Greens, all that crap. That's what they give cattle before slaughter to fatten them up and make them soft. And so grains are shit. There's nothing in them. And that's why everybody's getting cancer. And that's the number one cause of heart problems and stiff arteries that get cracked and build up with cholesterol. The arteries have to be pliable. We have to exercise with high output. Resistance training is one of the best ones, and it's proven, like with the X3 system, that's everything you need. You're not going to hurt yourself. You reverse body damage. You hypertrophy. And in one set, you can get your heart rate up to the point like you just sprinted, you know, because of the hypoxia and then the massive amount of lactic acid that the body's got to convert either to waste or to transport back. It gets converted back into glycogen and transported back to the muscles. And then the lack of oxygen, then the lungs and the heart have to beat harder and more in rhythm with each other. And it's very, I guess I want to say, a very cultivated environment. So that's where I'm a huge proponent of the X3. That's why we have guys that have all the rapid weight loss. We put them on a primitive diet. It's incredibly healthy. And then we do resistance training that will completely tax the muscle like nothing you've ever experienced in a single set. And then have that heart health. There's not one person that buys an X3 that doesn't think it's fucking great. So, going from here, if the procedure works in the morning, I'll still have to be here for another day or so they have to monitor you, and they have to have a lot of long talks, and then I'm grounded from caffeine. I think that caffeine was the final factor that pushed this one off. I've been very behind on rest and very stressed out. And just a lot, just about everything in life. So I was feeling a little under, and this might have been a mild start of it because you feel like crap. You get up and walk around, breathing is taxed, you're sweating, but you can't sleep. But it's almost flu-like. Something just ain't right. And then I worked out, and I had a couple 100 milligrams of caffeine beforehand. And I'm very sensitive to caffeine, especially after healing my hypothalamus and my adrenal cortex with Humanifort. Humanifort has the natural growth factors that reconstruct and balance the chemicals in the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the adrenal cortex. So it brings your adrenal cortex back up to like when you were a teenager. So you are so much more sensitive to that stuff. And usually if I do have coffee, I put half a cup of decaf and then a half a cup of coffee and sip it. And I usually can't even drink all that. So I can't have caffeine anymore. And stickers come out. I can't have caffeine anymore. And um, I'm just going to have to lightly do my X3 workouts and maybe do some fasting and just make sure I heal good. So if the procedure doesn't work tomorrow, then I will have to go get that other procedure. That would be worst case scenario, but the outcome of that would be that I would never deal with it again, and it's very successful. You're not going to die doing it. I mean, they can't tell you that, but it's one of those procedures that um, it's extremely safe. And like I said, everybody I know that had one, they're very happy. So I actually don't feel too worried about that. From here, I have my laptop with me, so tomorrow morning I have that procedure. In the afternoon, I'm going to start messaging clients, calling clients, and talking to some of the people that come to me for Humanifort. Just keep all that in line. Make sure that nobody is lacking in anything because I'm sitting here. I have people I need to take care of as well. So, and my clients are everything to me. They, I guess they inspire me to keep going. You know, I have to be the person they can come to, and I'm going to remind them why we're doing this and keep them going, right? We all have setbacks and things in life, but I got to be there for that stuff. So anyway, this is going to start getting a little bit long. I want to thank everybody for everybody's, I want to just thank you for everybody's support. It's really heartwarming, all the nice messages and everything I'm getting from everybody. It makes me feel good. And so it keeps me pushing forward because I'm very, I think I'm very gifted at educating and helping people. So with that gift, I have to do the best I can with everything I do with it. And that's why I have to continue to educate people on Humanifort and educate people on variable resistance, just the benefits of primitive eating, all of that. I can't go wrong with it. And then helping all the men with properly doing TRT so we aren't hurting our brain function that throws off our blood pressure and heat regulation and even aldosterone levels. We get all kinds of, everything goes out of whack. You need everything to be balanced. It's the same thing that I talk about with women when they're on the birth control pill. It's too much estrogen to their body, so that's what makes them flush the egg, because it's not an environment that's good. And it's just the same as a man having too high a testosterone for too long. It'll shrink your hypothalamus. It's too high estrogen for too long, so their hypothalamus shuts down because it says don't produce estrogen because we got so much estrogen already here. And the longer that shut down, it'll actually start shrinking. So if girls can get off of the birth control, I'm not saying do it because I'm not a doctor, And I'm not going to tell anybody to, but I'm just saying if it's so much better for girls to just naturally have the estrogen that they would normally produce. Um, they have the same things that start happening. Eventually, the thyroid can start shutting down. Um, they're battling emotional problems with carbohydrates, and that directly affects the T3 levels as well. So, um, from here, I guess I'm going to sign out. I'm going to get some sleep. It's almost midnight. Like I said, I got that cardio version at 8 o'clock. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.